Hello, this is Joe from Nerd in Korea. We are starting a new series I'm calling Lost Commanders. We're going to take a look at a bunch of commanders that came out well before Commander came out. Well, just commanders from different sets, and we're going to stick to our budget rule, which is $2 or less. So we're starting with Saviors of Kamigawa. I'm actually going to go back in time tomorrow and cover Betrayers of Kamigawa because, reasons. Anyway, Saviors of Kamigawa. Here we go. Let's take a look. Okay, first let's look at some of the basic information for the set. It was released in June 2005. You might not remember everything that was going on in June 2005. I sure don't. Or maybe you were like a child then, so you might not know. So one major thing going on was Michael Jackson was acquitted of all kinds of nasty stuff, which was a happy thing for many people, I think. Alright, the movie Batman Begins was released. This is probably what I remember from that time most well, anyway. And there is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was released in June of that year as well. So any San Andreas fans, you can, go back and think fondly of that time. And in Britain, shockingly, in June 2005, it was rainy. Yep. Alright. The symbol is a lantern. It's such a simple thing, A lot of the symbols they have to use nowadays, because there's over 250 sets now. So yeah, they've got to get pretty creative. Every once in a while we get like an owl or something, and that's nice. But I feel like a lot of times they got to get a little dynamic with it. And the plane is, of course, Kamigawa. This is part of the Kamigawa block. They basically released 3 sets in 2005, all about Kamigawa. Actually, were they all in 2005? Maybe the first one was 2004. I believe it was it Champions of Kamigawa or Heroes of Kamigawa? Something like that. I think it was Champions of Kamigawa, Saviors of Kamigawa, and Betrayers of Kamigawa. We're actually covering Betrayers of Kamigawa tomorrow. Anywho. So what is budget? We're looking at the budget commanders, right, from this. So when I say budget, I mean $2 or less. Usually on this channel, when we say budget, we mean $2 or less. These are all under 50 cents, though. So these are super budget commanders, and I think there's some real, some overlooked ones on this list, anyway. Especially the number one, I might build myself. Anyway, alright. Okay, number 5. Kuon Ogre Ascendant, 3 black. Again, so black, 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 just to be clear. This is a double-sided card, meaning if you fulfill the condition, you flip it over. So at the end of at the end of turn, if 3 or more creatures were put into graveyards from play this turn, flip Kuon Ogre Ascendant. So again, this is anyone's turn. It just needs to get 3 things sent to a graveyard at some point. Not a hard thing to do, and then it will flip. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a creature. So this is a very interesting one, right? You're going to keep sacrificing, but you can plan for it, right? You're going to have all kinds of LTB triggers, like death triggers, and every time your stuff goes to the graveyard, you're going to get a whole bunch of bonuses. So again, this is an aristocrat commander, obviously, right? You can really get a lot out of this, and it's automatic removal for your opponents. So if they each have like a token deck kind of thing, this is not going to be very effective. But if they've got like a Voltron or something, this is going to be just like devastating. So yeah, against the right strategy, this is incredible. Anyway, 46 cents. Number 4. Cloudhoof Kieran. 3 blue for this 4/4 flyer. And whenever you play a spirit or arcane spell, you may put the top X cards of target player's library into his or her graveyard, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. Okay, so this is kind of a combination of things here. You've got Mill and a Spirit Kindred, so yeah. Spirit Kindred / Mill. Yeah. This is also, yeah, having things activated by just having spirits enter the battlefield, or arcane spells, which are basically supposed to be like Kamigawa's version of magic that spirits would use. So yeah, but they're instants and sorceries. So this gives you a way to set off your trigger so much more frequently than like you might otherwise. Also, yeah, putting X cards of the target player's library into his or her graveyard where X is that spell's converted mana cost. It is not hard to build a blue mill deck, and this is just going to like really keep hitting them hard. You can add something like, what is it called? Felwar Stone, I believe? Where, yeah, you just tap it and they have to double however much they milled. This is going to knock them out fast. 44 cents. Number 3. Masumoro, First to Live. 3 green, so 6 CMC. His power and toughness are each equal to twice the number of cards in your hand. So green, this is a mono green commander, but he can get big really fast. The only kind of downside here is that what people need to keep in mind is that green, one of the only things green is not very good at is card draw. However, we did a whole series on green card draw already, so if you're going to build this guy, we got you covered. And anyway, yeah, he's very much a Voltron commander. You're going to like basically all of a sudden draw a bunch of cards, and then you can pretty much win off of that. Equip him with anything that gives him any kind of evasion, and good to go pretty much. Okay, 24 cents. Number 2. Celestial Kirin. So 2 white for this 3/3 flyer. So it's okay. Whenever you play a Spirit or Arcane spell, again, this is another one that's triggered off Spirit or Arcane, which is a very big thing with the Kamigawa block. Destroy all permanents that with that spell's converted mana cost. So this is just going to destroy all permanents. Remember, all permanents. So this is just going to keep hitting everything over and over and over, including your stuff. Okay? This is not limited to your opponent's stuff. That is something to keep in mind. So you probably want to, like, there's actually a lot of different ways you could do this. I had a hard time deciding exactly what to do, but what you're going to want to do is something very strange. I think it's a 4 CMC deck. You want your everything except for, yeah, your spirits and your arcane spells are not going to be 4 CMC, and everything else you make 4 CMC for you, and just keep blowing up everyone else's stuff, and then you can win off that. So I don't know what to even call that. 4 CMC Kindred or something? I don't know, but yeah. It would be entertaining and very weird. Anyway, 27 cents. I mean weird in a good way, of course. Number 1. This is a huge one. Taho Minamo Historian. So when he enters the battlefield, search the library for 3 instant cards. Exile them, then shuffle. So you're gonna find 3 instants and exile them right away. Yeah. Then you can pay X and tap him. At least I think it's a him. I keep calling him a him. Anyway. You may cast spells with converted mana cost of X from among cards exiled with Kaho without paying its mana cost. So as long as you can either keep on tapping Kaho or Flicker. Flicker is actually much better. Because when he enters the battlefield, you're going to get to exile 3 more things and have more options. And then you can keep just tapping remember, when it comes in untapped. So if you Flicker, it comes in untapped. And you're just going to have this huge, basically spell book that you can keep untapping him by whatever way and casting. He's kind of like the ultimate spell slinger, I think. And only 5 cents. That's crazy. This is only 5 cents. Again, if it wasn't for commander rules, this probably wouldn't be so good, but you can just keep recasting him because he's your commander, and then, yeah, you're going to have this massive spell book. even sending him back to the command zone is kind of a downside because you get more stuff. A list. Okay. Kuon Ogre Ascendant is 46 cents. Cloudkin or Cloud Hoof Kirin, right? 44 cents. Masumoro First to Live, 24 cents. Celestial Kirin is 27 cents. Taho Minomo Historian is 5 whole cents. Alright, take it easy.